let's do a Covenant 25 run next. Let's go random and see what we get. We have Stygian, Umbra, Energy Siphon, Pack Morsels and Drain. Boss is once again Sap Seraph. I often see to be pulling the same boss on my Covenant run as I had in the daily. Chain of Gems versus the first Hell Pact. I like the first Hell Pact a lot in Umbra. Makes all those X-Cost cards much better. We do not currently have a way to deal with backliners, but we also do not have a way to deal with bosses. I wanna take care of bosses more than taking care of backliners. And with the armor trial, the sweep Tethys would have been significantly worse. If we set up the bottom floor, we can probably kill this guy with Frostbite. Well, can just kill him with the Frozen Lance, I guess. If we get enough Magma Morsels, that's actually pretty close. 5, 6. We need one more Magma Morsel and we're okay. That doesn't do it. Yeah, that's 1 damage. We're 1 damage short of killing the Discipled Foot Soldier with 4 units. I guess at least we can kill the Discipled Foot Soldier at all. So that's worth something. Kinda wanna keep this Train Sword alive, but I don't see a way to do that. Yeah, there isn't a way. This backline Foot Soldier is a pain. Drain. Could have used that a bit earlier. Well, at least we're still alive. That was rough. I think I need a hard-hitting spell to take care of, to make use of the energy siphons. Titan's Gratitude or Ice Tornado. I also need a way to deal with backliners, so it's Ice Tornado. Mind Collapse, very nice. Alloy Construct, Guard of the Unnamed, Morsel Maker. I can't see either of the Construct or the Guard of the Unnamed working. I think I like the Construct more. because we have the morsel generation in these pack morsels. I also kinda wanna upgrade it as soon as I can. The multi-strike, very nice. God of the Unnamed, Nameless Siren. Let's take a God of the Unnamed as well. Upgrade the construct and upgrade the God. Okay. Now we have actually solid units. Uh-oh. Can we do that? That's too risky. Not on 15 HP. If I were on 25, I would do it. But not on 15. 15 is too low. Nice bunch of morsels we got there. Slightly annoying. Tethys is not gonna live because of the sweeper. But we should be fine either way. The construct is strong enough to get the win. We don't even need the construct. Another ice tornado or a flash freeze. I don't mind the second ice tornado in this deck actually. Space Prism is very good. Extra capacity is worth a lot in this clan combination. We have almost no gold. Umbra unit. Dupe. I could dupe pack morsels or Mind Collapse. Or I could just buy a damage up and a cost reduction. Maybe that's good enough. Maybe I don't need all that much gold to take advantage of this merchant. Overgorger. I like Overgorger, but it might be a bit rough to use it in this deck. Might be a bit hard to feed. Think I'll skip. It's rare that I skip an Overgorger this early. But I feel like in this specific situation it's justified. One-star Spell Rail Spike. Think this time around I want the Spell Rail Spike and get the Frozen Lands out of the deck. The Train Stewards are still useful. We still have space for them. I should kill the bomb. It's definitely a lot of damage to take. Kills the frontliner, which is very nice. But we're taking a lot of damage on our shark here. I think I have to take out... yeah. Some of these at least. I should probably protect my construct. Does need to be somewhat healthy. Uh-oh. I kinda wanna try to snipe the bomb with the ice tornado. Didn't work, but we can still block a bunch of damage. Or we can just give it lifesteal and heal back up at a later point. It still needs to be somewhat healthy though. So let's do it like this. Well, 3 health would have been enough actually. Because it's unlikely that there's another bomb right away on the top floor. Impossible even, because Daedalus is entering the train. We almost killed Daedalus on this floor, and he will have a lot of frostbite on him as well. There we go. Harness the Titan's Siren Song Retch. Yeah, Retch could work in this deck. That makes these pack morsels a bit more long-term useful. Kind of like it. Not usually a big fan of Retch, but I think in this deck it's good. Now do we want draw? Capacity? Kind of like capacity. Let's go capacity. That makes a lot of sense with the Retch as well. Means we are scaling better with morsels. It also allows us to pick up totems and things like that. Let's go to the left. I want to see the Stygian unit and the shop. Another multi-strike. I was hoping for an offensive siren. Well, yeah, one of the female sirens that scale damage. At least our units are decently upgraded right now. More frostbite or sweep. We do have a few ways of killing backliners by now. There's not really a point in getting a second shark behind the first. It only helps with boss kills, but that seems unnecessary. So I think... yeah, I think you would never want to have double shark on a single floor. I think that's just always wrong. This guy... yeah, but it would only be a lot of frostbite against the boss. And we don't have problems killing bosses. Not really, at least. I think we can give this guy some extra armor. I like damage shield on you. As well as extra health. We should have enough damage to clear this top floor. Yeah, easily. We are taking a bunch of damage. Maybe we want lifesteal now. I want to keep the space here open for Retch later turns, because we will be getting a whole lot of morsels from that. How many exactly? 7? Think we want a nice tornado on the top floor. And then we Retch. One lifesteal's already on there. We don't want more than that because we are burning through the lifesteal extremely quick with multi-strike 4. Let's instead give the other lifesteal to the shark, just so he heals up a bit behind his armor. We do have enough damage to kill a Clip Guardian on the top floor, so that's nice. Energy Siphon, Frozen Lands, and then we kill one of the backliners. I think I will also block some damage with the Train Steward here as well as on the top floor. Ice Tornado is pretty solid here. We have a lot of fuel left, and I kinda wanna kill these backliners. They would deal a lot of damage to us. And we already have the kill here. I'm a bit surprised with just 37 health on the God of the Unnamed. But Frostbite Tethys is a good damage scaling. Ooh, yes. Debuffering Ice Storm Cuddle Hex. We suddenly have room for a Cuddle Hex if we want to include one. And I wouldn't be opposed. How good is debuffering in this deck? Not amazing. Becomes a lot better if we pick up Conduit Tethys. Well, it becomes a bit better. Most of our spells aren't damage spells. I think I prefer the Cuddle Hex here. We will oftentimes have some leftover cards in our hand. Engine Upgrade is interesting. I like it. Extra Ember is useful. Makes the Cuddle Hex a bit less important. Removals and a Relic Shop, which we probably can afford with the Forgotten Coins. I prefer that over the left side. Mask of Penumbra would be nice. Commemorative Spike is pretty solid. Winged Indulgence isn't bad. But I think Commemorative Spike is overall a bit stronger. Especially considering we have an Alloy Construct and that makes sure we can fuel it very early on. Mark of Invasion. Yeah, I think that's not a big deal. You were thinking Ember Forge instead of engine upgrade because we have mine checks. That's interesting. I don't think it's correct, but I should have given it a bit more thought. Don't want more than one lifesteal on this guy. It's kind of wasted. I like the extra health on Tethys, but Tethys only needs health, not attack. So if he's fine with just, she's fine with just an Umbra morsel and some lifesteal loss. And now Tethys also has a pretty solid defense against sweepers. I definitely want to play Drain here on the sweeper. Well, Tethys has lifesteal, never mind. We don't need to play Drain. We could though. Let's get the morsel instead. Let's make it rain. So one lifesteal on the top just to heal this guy up after the fight against the Quill Marksman. The other lifestealers can go on the second floor, as well as some extra health morsels, and the other ones just go to the top floor. The sweeper is gonna kill the Cuddle Hex, huh? I guess that happens. Nothing I can really do about that. I can at least freeze one more. No, I can't. Not. I can. It's end of turn, not resolve. Cuddle Hex doesn't need to survive to freeze something. Sure. Yeah, this guy does a lot of damage. Another lifesteal is solid. And the Train Steward might keep Tethys around for another turn. HP. Mine collapse. Gifts for a guard. Drain, Frenzied Swarm. How good is Gifts for a guard in this deck? It's okay. It's pretty okay. 3 cost though. Yeah, it should be worth. Feast, Grovel, Gem Trove. I think not. I really want some spell upgrades and a relic on top of that. Sure. Holdover is available. Wing Technology. Probably better than Advanced Prototype. At this stage of the game. I'm considering Holdover Retch here. just to have that nice morsel generation every turn. Let's cost reduce gifts and Power Stone is not very necessary. Let's reroll. Surge Stone can go on a Frozen Lands. Permafrost, is that necessary? I think I want gifts to be cheap. We could buy a Perch. We are fighting against Scorchfell. I wouldn't mind a Perch on one of the Shade Splitters right now. With the holdover Retch, we don't really need the Shade Splitters anymore. It's good to have a few so we can guarantee at least a few morsels early. But that's about it. The Absolvers, these are a pain. We can deal 50 damage to the statue this turn. Might be good enough. I really need to set up the alloy construct. Like, it's essential that we do that. Ice Tornado here is very tempting. But I think we have to set up the construct. These guys might go through, will likely go through to the Pyre Room and we take some damage to them, but... And I also want to kill one of these Absolvers this turn. I will take the damage from the Weight of Contrition for that. Not much we can do against that. I need to play gifts now and hope we don't draw a Retch with it. Anything else is fine. Literally anything else would have been fine, but the Retch isn't. Well, that means we have to make good use of our single Retch we have this game. Uh-oh. We are very much in a bad spot right now. Very much in a bad spot. I should have blocked that hit with the morsel there. Yeah. Yeah. I think I set up in the wrong spots. Scorchfell is just so brutal. If you can't deal with the Absolvers early, you're pretty much doomed. I think I have to set up here. This hand is... It sucks. But soon we are past the first few waves of Absolvers and they will slow down. Too bad I can't kill this guy. No morsels have died yet. No morsel generation in this hand, which means we will have no fuel to deal with these guys. Very fun. We need to sap this guy so he doesn't destroy our pile. This guy will deal 1 hit. Next turn we have 120 damage. 2 hits against the frontliner, then 2 hits against the back. We won't be getting much more than that, most likely. I need to play Ice Tornado, I can't play Cuddle Hex. Ice Tornado on the bottom floor kills the Absolver, very likely. Not guaranteed, but it's a good chance. Ice Tornado on the top floor saves us a bunch of damage from this backliner. Especially if we Energy Siphon him. At least we have some morsels now. That's good. We need to block a bunch of damage here. We can take 9, but we can't take these 12 before that. At least these morsels have damage shields, so... We'll be taking 9 plus 12 is 21. Uh-oh. Now we'll be taking 15. That's actually better. But that means we need to play at least one of these penances. Most likely both of them. And we need to feed the construct, obviously. But we do have the morsels for that. So I'm not worried about that bit. We can block with another morsel here because of the damage shield. Do I want to block with the morsels? I think so. We are still alive and we should be able to finish the top floor off. Probably target fell with this. Another lifesteal is very nice on the top floor. We also want more damage. Lifesteal is also good here. We also want to block. Another chunk of health here. I think we're okay. We should be able to beat Fel with this. It's not bad. Almost enough to get a kill there. Oh, this was close. This fight. Wow. Let's take a short spike. Extra draw or extra ember? It's extra draw. Yeah. We're past Scorch Land where we need all the ember. Seraph is fighting fair and square. Relic and spell upgrades. That's probably better than the other side. Winged Steel versus Forgotten Name. Forgotten Name is not that good in this deck. It's not terrible, but can keep up with Winged Steel. Double stack. What do we have? Drain. Drain is a pretty good double stack target. Let's look at the caverns. Petrified Heart means we can no longer heal, which we only do with lifesteal, but that's sometimes pretty important. It helps Tethys survive. It's also pretty good with Morses. Sap Seraph will be facing Shade Wings. I am considering Blood for Blood. But it's pretty hard to make use of this in this deck. It's a bit too late for it. Petrified Heart. We don't really have the tools to make use of Blood for Blood. We don't have Siren Song, for example. We have some sap, but it's only a drain. Soon to be a double stack drain, possibly, but... Let's take the Petrified Heart. I think I'm okay with not having lifesteal as an option. If I get plus 10 health on everyone, including Tethys and the Morsels. I am gonna block a lot of damage with Morsels. Our backline kill is Ice Tornado and Mind Collapse, yes. It's gonna be tough against Sap Seraph. Kind of like Conduit. That frees up a lot of Ember from the Ice Tornadoes and the Frozen Lances. No, we need the Frostbite. Mark of Invasion. I can't take that. With Blood for Blood, maybe could have taken it. But not without. Oh wait, we are up against Purifiers. I guess that doesn't change much in the end. We just have to deal with some amount of Scorchers. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. I think this is Ice Tornado on the bottom floor to take out the Purifier. That would hit us very early otherwise. And we focus on scaling the construct now. Because with the Retch we have a very easy way to do that. Too bad we don't hit the Purifier in the back. Not quite strong enough yet. I think I could have done it with an Ice Lance on the frontliner. Kind of missed that chance. Okay, that's nice. I think we play it here. Top floor, everything's fine. Oops. That was a mistake. Should have kept one Ember to use Mind Collapse against the Purifier. I want damage shields on the top floor. Oops, wrong spell. I'm still gonna do this. Maybe I can do it again next turn. Well, it was not very likely, but was worth a try. Top floor, everything's fine. How many monsters? 6. I've only space for 5 right now. If I play Drain, I don't need to play Drain. Because if I play Drain, then I am risking discarding the Retch, which would be bad. Okay, I think we are safe now. It's a nice chunk of extra damage against this guy. Although we already win here, and this guy's only gonna gain strength when I hit him, so... Glacial Seal. Yeah, I like it. Helps with dealing with backliners as well. I kind of want spell upgrades and removals here. Also Pyre health is not terrible. Can't really afford any significant upgrades at this point. You know what? Let's costly use the Drain. And Surge Stone the final Frozen Lands, why not? And then I think we remove a Train Steward, maybe even both of them. No, 1 Train Steward, 1 Shade Splitter. I think 5 morsel generation cards is a nice amount. Sap Seraph. Okay, let's go. I think we go with the usual setup here. First turn engine upgrade is very, very nice. I can't risk losing the Retch this fight. I need to keep the gifts for a guard for a later turn. I do wanna kill the Shade Wings here. I also wanna trigger the Winged Steel before I play Mind Collapse. So I guess that means we play Energy Siphon Frozen Lands. That's a bad turn to draw Shroud Spike. I kinda need morsel generation, to be honest. I won't have fuel next turn. Whew! I was a bit worried, but we are a-okay here. Oh, this is better after the Mind Collapse. Actually I think it's Ice Tornado here and Mind Collapse one of these ones. So we can clear out this wave right away. And we'll start sapping the Seraph right now. It's possible that we manage to keep some sap for the final game. Well observed, Rock Bogglesworth. The spike definitely made the difference there on the decision on whether or not to use the gifts. Which morsels are we gonna get back? Minor, Excavator, Magma. Definitely want minors and magmas on this guy. Yeah. Just damage. The frontline morsel will die. Maybe I should have this be the frontline morsel then. Honestly, this can be the frontline morsel, even though it's not a morsel. There we go with Glacial Seal. What's left in the deck? Drain? It's not that bad losing the Drain. I think that's worth it. Can apply a lot of Frostbite here. I should play the Retch before I play the Drain, I think. What am I gonna get back? Six pretty solid morsels. I have 6 spaces in hand, so I can do it right now. We wanna block some. We also wanna block some here. 3 and 3, so we are gonna play 6 morsels, so one of the rubble morsels gets played. Let's increase the amount of attack on the top floor. And some health and damage here. And finally we drain the Seraph some more. Some of that sap will actually stay for the Relentless phase, which is nice. Yeah, let's use this for armor instead of... and Frostbite, very important. Doesn't matter how I place them. Oh, we actually managed to kill everyone here on the top floor. That's nice. Let's start with Shade Splitter, then we gifts. We no longer have... Well, we have one damage spell left in the deck. This one. No morsel can survive that much damage. But any morsel can block all the hits. Here any morsel will survive, which is nice. Gifts are now pretty much pointless. Gifts is just 3 armor if you play first. That's actually a good observation. I forgot about that, yes. But we can also play Mind Collapse this turn, then gifts back into the Mind Collapse afterwards. And also the Retch, which we're not gonna play this turn. It's the only spell we have, might as well play it. Well, we should be winning this easily. Seraph will have so much Frostbite. 300 Frostbite. That's just brutal. There we go. Managed to win with this deck. think this is the first deck where I really relied on Retch as my muscle generation and pretty much nothing else. I had these 2-pack morsels and then I just used Retch for my morsel generation and that worked out very well. Yeah. Packed morsels Retch is a nice synergy. Oftentimes if you use Retch with other morsel generation cards, you will eventually just generate way too many morsels, and the ones that you don't have space for in your hand will go to your draw pile. So that's actually a problem. Or is it discard pile? It might be discard pile. So usually Retch has the problem of generating way too many morsels, but with packed morsels they consume after you play them, so you will only ever have these 6 morsels and maybe a few extra from Shade Splitters, but we didn't play them that often. Maybe a bit too often, to be honest. Still, worked really well. We just had holdover Retch every turn, feeding our super multi-strike King Alloy Construct. Also, Shroud Spike gave us enough of a burst to go ahead and do what we're supposed to do. You almost never have so few units at Covenant 25. Okay. I often end up with only just 2 priority units, maybe 3. 2 priority units means I will have the second Tron on turn 2 when the enemies are still not up at the top floor, so I can basically set up any unit I want on any floor I want. So in this deck I was guaranteed to have the Guard of the Unnamed by turn 2. So I could safely play Tethys on the second floor without any problem, because I knew even if I didn't have the Guard of the Unnamed in my hand on the first turn, I will have it on the second turn. If I had a third unit, things would have been a bit more difficult. Then maybe I would have had to play the third unit in front of the Tethys. And if that unit isn't tanky, that might be a problem. Yeah, very interesting deck, very unusual deck for me. This is definitely not what my Stygian Umbra decks usually look like, but it was fun to play. It was just good enough. By no way was it overpowering fights. It was always just good enough to win. And this is reflected in our score, which is very low for a win. At least for me. I know other people who skip trials more often will have lower scores. But I personally believe that you need to take the trials when you can, because the extra gold and the extra unit drafts and relics you get from them can snowball so hard. If you get them early, you might get the upgrades required to take future trials, which give you even more power, even more gold to upgrade your cards and buy relics. And I think that's very important, that snowball from the trials. And if you have to skip 1 or 2 trials, that's fine. That's usually okay. You can still get a deck that's decent enough to beat Seraph. And this was such a deck. We had to skip a few trials and our deck was just decent enough to beat Seraph. Although honestly I'm not sure what I could have improved with more upgrades. Something like consume removal on the Shroud Spike would have been very good, because we had the first Hell Pact, so future Shroud Spikes would have given us a lot more value, especially with the Retch.